First, the highlights. Lagos State Government conducts free vision screening, provides corrective eyeglasses to students in Etiosa. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, United States, strengthen ties to tackle drug trafficking, abuse in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, Pakistan's Aviation Authority extends airspace ban on Indian airlines. And in sports, Ogun, Kwara, Kaduna advanced to football semi-finals at 2024 National Sports Festival. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. As part of its commitment to child health and education, Lagos State Health District 3 has provided free corrective eyeglasses to pupils diagnosed with vision impairments in Etiosa local government area, following its recently concluded school health program. Permanent Secretary of Health District 3, Monsurat Adeleke, revealed that during the vision screening, several pupils were diagnosed with visual impairments that could adversely impact the academic performance and overall quality of life if left untreated. Adeleke stated that the aim is to ensure no child is left behind academically due to an undetected or unaddressed visual challenge under the Vision Hero program. She also explained that the Vision Hero program is a transformative initiative inspired by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who affirmed that no Lagos students will struggle to realize their dreams. Lagos State Wastewater Management Office, LSWMO, has continued to demonstrate its dedication to ensuring credible and sustainable wastewater management with a clampdown on a 3-story residential building at Ilasa, Lekki Peninsula Phase 2. This action followed deliberate discharge of untreated wastewater and fecal matter into the public drains through the use of a pumping machine. The environmental nuisance was discovered through a complaint received from a whistleblower, unveiling that the pumping machine, which is used in the night, is used to pollute the environment, exposing the citizens to communicable diseases through the discharge of untreated wastewater onto the roads, drains, and lagoons. General Manager of the agency, Adefemi Afolabi, speaking on the offense, maintained that the state has zero tolerance for environmental pollution and degradation. Afolabi emphasized that properties and facilities in the state that contravene the law will be sanctioned in line with the provisions of the Lagos State Environmental Management and Protection Law 2017. Ondo State Government has commenced the clearing of blocked waterways in Akure as well as other communities across the 18 local government areas as part of efforts to prevent and control flooding in the state. The chairman of Akure South Local Government, Donald Pasua, said the state government's objective was to ensure that the state remains free from flooding this year. According to Pasua, the government has deployed 2 excavators to flood-prone areas, which have already begun clearing waterways in Akure metropolis to avert flooding. He also said drastic actions will be taken to address indiscriminate refuse dumping in waterways. Plateau State Government has announced that a total of 159 companies have been cleared to resume mining operations in the state. Governor Caleb Mufwang made the announcement while briefing journalists at the Rayfield Oil Government House in Jos. According to the governor, the companies cleared include 6 mining licenses, 15 small-scale mining leases, 15 exploration licenses, 5 artisanal and small-scale mining permits, one carry lease, and 118 tin shirts buying centers. Mufwang warned that any operator or individual who has not been cleared by the committee must stay away from all mining sites, as the suspension remains in effect for non-compliant operators. And now to the rest of the stories. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, and the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening bilateral cooperation in the fight against substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking. This commitment was reiterated during a courtesy visit by the U.S. DEA County Attorney Daphne Morrison to the NDLEA chairman, Buba Marwa, in Abuja. According to a statement by NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi, Morrison, who recently assumed a post in Nigeria, expressed appreciation for the ongoing partnership between the two agencies. She also revealed plans to expand training opportunities for personnel in the NDLEA's Special Operations Unit and highlighted ongoing discussions around joint operations in key areas of mutual concern. On his part, Marwa praised the long-standing cooperation between NDLEA and the DEA, crediting it with contributing to significant strides in drug control efforts in Nigeria. Nigerians in all spheres have been urged to rise and join the fight against corruption in the country to improve the system and build a better future for coming generations. The call came to the fore at an annual anti-corruption conference in Lagos, organized by the Fight Against Corruption organization, FACO. Speaking at the event, Secretary to the Lagos State Government, Bimbola Salihu, said the theme of the conference, Impacts of Corruption on the Nation's Economy and Development, is very apt and relevant and can never be overflogged as long as corruption is a major hindrance to the nation's social, political, and economic development. Salihu Hundeyi, who was represented by the Deputy Director, Policy, Analysis, Monitoring, and Evaluation, Oladile Oyatokpe, said there is a need to continually expose corrupt and dishonest practices to stamp out the menace.
We must keep the public sector honest and transparent and, of course, accountable. We must ensure that public sector employees act in the overall public interest. And doing all of these things that I have mentioned explain the reason why the current government of Mr. Babajide Olusegun through the Themes Plus agenda and the elevation of focus on social inclusion, gender equality, and youth development has continued to advocate for all-round development.
Convener of the conference, Francis Shokwekon, lamented that corruption has brought the nation down to its knees as it has engulfed every sector of the economy. Shokwekon said tackling corruption is a collective effort, stressing that it has led to low developments and infrastructure decay.
It is high time we wake up and join the fight against corruption in Nigeria, because it's actually a fight and not a child's play. Corruption has eaten into the fabric of the nation's economy and stopping development in several sectors, which has set us back as a nation among the emerging nations of the world.
The guest speaker, Director General of Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, NECA, Wale Smart Oyerinde, who was represented by Director Legal, Regulatory and Taxation, Samson Akpabio, said corruption is more than a governance issue but an economic crisis and development emergency which wastes national resources, reduces investors' confidence, widens inequality, and destroys institutional integrity.
No country can achieve sustainable development while corruption thrives. It will generally prosper. To combat this, government must take certain actions. Not only government but also individuals must take certain actions, because corruption goes across public sector and private sector. If nobody gives, nobody will give. If nobody asks for, nobody will give. One, strengthen legal framework. Two, in terms of the strength of the legal framework, what's the position of our laws on this subject matter? How is it being handled?
The conference drew participants from public, private sectors, and uniformed men. And now to foreign news. Pakistan's aviation authority says it will extend a ban on Indian airlines using its airspace for another month after the worst violence between the nuclear-armed rivals in decades. The ban was announced on April 24 as both sides traded diplomatic tit for tat measures that spilled into a four-day military conflict. More than 70 people were killed in missile, drone, and artillery fire until a ceasefire was announced on May 10. Pakistan's Civil Aviation Authority in a statement noted that the ban had been extended until early morning on June 24. India has returned in kind with a ban in late April due to Iran until June 23. The conflict was sparked by deadly attack on tourists in India-administered Kashmir that New Delhi blamed Islamabad for backing. Islamabad has denied the claim and called for an independent probe. And now sports. Ogun, Kwara, and Kaduna states have all advanced to the semi-finals of the football event at the ongoing 2024 National Sports Festival. In Ikene, Team Ogun secured a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Team Delta in a closely contested quarter-final match. Jabba Malik opened the scoring for Ogun in the 21st minute, but Delta responded swiftly with an equalizer just 3 minutes later. With only 1 minute remaining, Musa Abdullahi netted a winning goal to send Ogun through to the last four. The team will now face Team Kaduna, who progressed after a dramatic penalty shootout win against Lagos. The match ended 1-1 in regulation time before Kaduna triumphed 5-4 in the shootout. In another quarter-final clash, Team Kwara booked the semi-final ticket with a 2-0 win over Imo. The team will now face the independent junior athletes, also known as the Golden Eaglets, who delivered a commanding 5-0 victory against Team Ebonyi. All semi-final matches are scheduled to take place at the Remo Star Stadium in Ikene. And that's our news at 9. But just before we go, always stop for pedestrians at zebra crossing. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Solo administration, 250 women trained through an empowerment workshop on intercrop of maize and cassava with demonstration plots for practical knowledge? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. As part of its commitment to child health and education, Lagos State Health District 3 has provided free corrective eyeglasses to pupils diagnosed with vision impairments in the Tiosa local government area following the recently concluded school health program. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, and the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthen bilateral cooperation in the fight against substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking. We also told you that Pakistan's Aviation Authority said it will extend a ban on Indian airlines using its airspace for another month after the worst violence between the nuclear-armed rivals in decades. And in sports, Ogun, Kwara, and Kaduna states have all advanced to the semi-finals of the football event at the ongoing 2024 National Sports Festival. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Olaiya. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.
Don't you think it is better